Hi, my name is Ben Freer. I'm an immigration lawyer for entrepreneurs, and today I'll share some observations and predictions for the E-2 visa in 2022. As I'm recording this, we're about halfway through 2022, and this is a really weird year because we're coming out of COVID, and that is having a major impact on E-2 visa demand and E-2 visa processing. Today I'm going to share just a few observations and a few predictions for the second half of 2022. My first observation is that consular operations vary wildly across the globe. All US consular posts are working through the backlog that built up during the COVID pandemic, but there are major differences in how the posts are managing the situation. Some are doing a great job and others are struggling. This could be due to staffing shortages or other issues affecting their ability to process E-2 visa applications. For example, some posts like London are moving super fast. They're doing an amazing job of working through their backlog, and they appear to be back to business as usual. To give you some information on that, in May of 2022, the statistics released by the State Department indicated that London had issued 264 visas, which is impressive considering that not long ago they were barely processing any cases. Other posts appear to have been rolling throughout the pandemic. In April 2020, while many posts were completely shuttered, Tokyo didn't stop. They issued 28 visas that month, and in May of 2022 they issued 510. And then you have other posts that are getting better, but they're still dealing with fairly long wait times. Toronto, for example, fits into this category. They are processing applications and scheduling interviews. That is great given the demand for E-2 visas amongst Canadian citizens, but they are still pretty backed up. Based on my most recent experience, the interview wait times for Canadians seeking E-2 visas is currently about 6 months. All things considered, this is not terrible. Wait times are getting better, and I anticipate that they will continue to improve. And then we have a handful of posts that are sort of still stuck in the mud. They're barely scheduling interviews, and many investors who've already infused cash into the US economy are eagerly waiting for them to resume operations. The most stark example of this can be seen when you examine the E-2 issuance numbers in Bogota. Pre-pandemic, in December 2019, they issued 39 E-2 visas. Last month, in May of 2022, they issued 2. A lot of people will ask me, well, can I just apply elsewhere as a third country national? This was an option pre-pandemic, but nowadays, with all the posts struggling to deal with their caseloads, I do not currently know of any posts that are willing to process E-2 applications for third country nationals. Observation number 2, in 2022, there is high demand for the E-2 visa. Since I typically help entrepreneurs, I tend to talk about the E-2 visa from the investor's perspective. I've seen a number of new entrepreneurs who have reevaluated their professional lives and decided that this is the right time to pursue their dreams of starting a US business. Additionally, I'm guessing that the fact that some countries have instituted overly strict COVID policies has resulted in an increased demand, since these people are looking for more freedom in their lives. While the E-2 is in high demand for entrepreneurs, I'm also seeing increased demand amongst US-based businesses that are owned by individuals from an E-2 treaty country. If a company has E-2 treaty nationality, they can send some executives, managers, and essential employees to the United States. This is a great option for many companies that are struggling to find qualified workers during our current labor shortage. So those are my observations for the first half of 2022. But I also have a few predictions regarding E-2 visas in the second half of 2022. First of all, as consular operations resume, we will see a decrease in the number of change of status applications that are filed through USCIS. This is a good thing. USCIS needs to use their resources on other applications. And quite frankly, I typically try to discourage people from filing a change of status application unless there are compelling reasons to do so, because quite frankly, having status is not as good as having a visa. The status is essentially worthless as soon as you leave the United States. Prediction number 2, more applications for businesses that do not require offices. COVID has permanently changed the way that we do business. Video conferences are the norm, and many businesses are realizing that they do not require office space. As a result, I think we'll continue to see more and more clients who refuse to rent an office. In the past, my E-2 visa clients tended to overspend on office space because this will count towards the investment. But as remote work becomes the norm, I predict that more clients will opt out and try to obtain the E-2 visa without signing a lease. This is fine, but people will have to be thoughtful about how they present their evidence and how they convince the US government that their business is real and operating despite the fact that they do not have commercial space. So there you have it. Those are 2 predictions and 2 observations about the E-2 visa in 2022. If you are interested in the E-2 visa, I encourage you to reach out to one of the many amazing US immigration lawyers that you can find across the globe. And if you did enjoy this video, please like it or pass it along to someone who could benefit from it. Thanks for your time.